And as always, we're going to be looking for accurate context, good risk management, and always exercising good patience.
Anytime you're talking about fundamentals in a market and direction, fundamentals take a little bit of time to play out.
We got crude oil today, kind of trading yesterday's value area really nicely, low to high.
That's what we're here for, is to put ourselves in the best success. A trading routine does that, builds that habit, lets you know what to work on, what to reflect on, and what to improve on the next day.
Good, and welcome to the market recap. Take care of a couple of things here. And there we go. Now that should run things a little bit better. I hope you had a good trading day, an interesting trading day at that. I'm going to keep losing my charts here. Sorry about this. All right. Welcome to the Market Recap. I'm John Hoagland. Thanks for trusting me with your time. Gonna get things a little squared away here. And keep losing the charts. I don't know what's going on. All right. Anyways, Wednesday. May the 11th. I guess we found out. What the market thinks about the CPI numbers, and a lot of the media bears are out there with their claws out now. The market did not close very well today, and I'll admit that. And we're certainly not out of the woods by any stretch. Bostic, our only talking Fed today, said that he's fine just sticking with 50 basis point moves until rates rise to neutral level. He's got a famous quote that he said today. We understand inflation is too high. White House says it's focused like a laser on inflation. Yikes. Harley-Davidson CEO stated today that we're compensating for inflation in raising prices. Isn't everybody? Bitcoin down considerable today. Back down below 30,000. All right. I keep losing my charts here for some strange reason. Hey, there they come back. Now, just kind of taking a look at what happened in the markets today. I guess the threat of more demand has trumped the 8.5 million barrel boost in inventories that was announced by the EIA today. E-mini S&Ps stopped 2 points away from my dream level today, basically the weekly kickoff high, or weekly kickoff low, I guess it is. But another yearly low. Volume slowed, I think, a little bit today. We'll have to check that out on the charts. NASDAQ also stopped short of prime entry level before rolling over. And kind of remember, what doesn't happen is just as important as what does happen. Gold, my fear from the forecast has come true, at least in the day session today, and gold really just kind of attached itself to weekly kickoff level and didn't really do much at all as far as movement is concerned for gold. The 6E yuan really remains in balance. The volume picked up a little bit, though. I'm going to start stalking this market for opportunities when it does break out of this area of balance that it's currently in. Rates drop considerably after the CPI spike this morning, kind of spoiling our bear flag. We're going to see that in the charts again today. And natural gas volume drops as price consolidates. You're going to see that in the charts again as well. Again, hopefully you had a good trading day. It's good to see everyone. James, good afternoon. Chilling with Dylan. Strayed from the plan in timeout. Well, I can ground you if I have to, so don't make me come back there. James, self-discipline is harder than I thought, too. Yeah, how is it that you can know exactly what you need to do, but not do it? It's because this is ambiguous. We never know what the outcome is going to be. Of course, my brother Rick, good to see you as always. I love you. James Swan, good afternoon. Almost 9 p.m. Bet after this. 9 p.m. You are in London, England, maybe? James, I think you've mentioned before where you are. I think I'm almost ready for bed already over here, too. Scott Saw, good afternoon. I hope you conquered. I'm working on discipline as well as, especially when learning something new happens. Dylan, been there a few times. Spencer, good afternoon. Man, I tried to give the Russell a try in practice account. Made $3,100. I think that says. 3,100. Very nice, clean price action today. Gonna try it for a while. Why not? ZK, good afternoon. H. Tony Thomas, crazy day in the market. Yeah, aren't they always? Bill, good afternoon. Level 2, it's good to see you. How do I get another trial on my account? Well, you can reset your trial account, if that's what you're talking about. Oh, I see. You're not in the trading combine yet. The exchange only gives us 2 weeks of data for those trial accounts, for those, the trial account. So you can try and use a different email and see if that works for you. Jack. Bill, yeah, white shirt. I'm usually the man in black, like Johnny Cash over here. But it's warm outside, so I busted out one of the old Top Step Trader golf shirts. PD, good to see you. Don't see how you are not scalping in this crazy market. It's psycho. Yeah, I'm not much of a scalper, but it's markets like this really kind of tend to, I think, make people overtrade a little bit. Just be careful with that. Hi, Alex. Nice to meet you. Thank you, Dead Letter Opener. Sorry. There, the volume should be a little bit better then. Sorry about that. Alex, Kyle, Dead Letter Opener again. Steve, all crypto is worthless. Denise, good afternoon. I forgot to pull my microphone over here. Everyone watch one market specifically or a few? Well, we watch 6, 7 here on the forecast, and that's a lot. It's a lot of research that I do for the forecast, but I don't trade them all. I've added those just from people asking to add some information. So, oh, that would be wonderful. James, 90 miles from London. Yeah, tradable. Oh, Steve, we don't want that. We want your success. We want you to do well. Brody, good afternoon. My brother Rick says here, just out, Russia may be ending the current phase of the war and cut their losses for a while. Maybe our prayers will come true and they'll give it up. Well, I seem to be having a little bit of an issue here with my platform. Hang on a second here. Let me see something. Maybe this is the problem. Okay, I see. All right. Now I think we've figured it out. Give me 1 second and then we'll take a look at the charts. All right. I think we've got it now. Now that's what you call on the fly. All right, let's take a look. Okay, we're going to start with the daily and crude. We were kind of looking at the fact that the market is back in this channel. It looks like it's closed inside the channel, even with the big up move today. I mean, just a complete wrong direction as far as the information that we have with the additional, what was it, about 8 million barrels of extra crude oil here in store, and the market heads the other direction. Here's what we were looking at this morning on the 30-minute chart. We had some overnight longs in this market, and just before the open, the 7:30 numbers knocked them back down below weekly kickoff low just a little bit. And then when the market opened, we drove above weekly kickoff low here, and we just kind of continued. Pretty big overall move for crude oil, kind of closing 6% higher approximately. So tomorrow we're going to be looking to see if we added some open interest and if we find support back down here at this 103 level. And it seems as though the volume from today was off a little bit, but again, this is just the June contract and it is in rollover. So we're going to start to see volume in the front month start to fall off considerably over the next few days, which makes it a little bit more difficult to read that information. Here's the S&Ps. This morning we had an inside extended trading hour range prior to the CPI release. Volume, a little off from yesterday. I think it's off about 2% in New York as well. So did we bring new business in, or are we getting a little bit tired to the downside in this current new leg to the downside? I don't want to step in front of anything. I'm going to just wait and see what this market looks like tomorrow. It looks as though we have created a small late spike here. Base of that late spike tomorrow morning will be 39.36 and a quarter. We did close down there, so you got another late spike. It'll be another interesting day tomorrow, and I love it when we have the opportunity to use that late spike as reference and context for make Hogue money tomorrow. Woohoo! Got to make a little bit of money. All right. So late spike, we're getting a little bit of a pullback off that. Again, late spike rules. In the late spike or below the late spike, we're going to be looking for continuation to the downside. Above the late spike is possible rejection of pricing lower. We may see that pullback, but God, this market got so close to my dream level, and I just was too cheap to try and jump in. I didn't want to jump in it too quick, but did give us another opportunity later on in the session right up here to look for that short. And it stopped short of the previous high. So that was a pretty decent opportunity to limit risk. Lower volume, no real delta divergence here today. If there were longer time frame sellers in this market, they were hiding their activities, I would say, masterfully. You see if we get some more open interest to the downside tomorrow. The NASDAQ really leading us down, closing down about 3% today. Just continues to get crushed. Just a really good downside structure. The NASDAQ, we were looking at the weekly kickoff level. Again, in play for the third day, stopped short of it again. Got a pretty decent volume today. Looks like we maintained the volume from yesterday, but NASDAQ is back to kind of presenting as a much weaker market. Here's that move back up to weekly kickoff. Last week's low, this zone up here was what we've been watching all week as an important level for an execution, which we never really did get to in regular trading hours today. Volume was okay. Direction, we got another late spike. We're kind of leaving that late spike, but we can probably expect some short covering, some profit taking after the move to the downside today in short time frame. Gold was a bummer today. We're coming into roll again. We got to remember that downside structure still remains, even though it looks like we've closed above weekly kickoff low, but was it really that impressive? I can't believe how much volume this is saying was there. Take a look at the 30-minute chart. And looking at this morning, we had the spike down 745. We're in the market forecast. We're looking at the idea that the opening range is neither the high nor the low. We're looking at the move back up to weekly kickoff high. We were talking about using that as a somewhat pivotal level, especially because last week's low is right at that level. And we're kind of looking at this like a long above, short below, but it really just didn't provide much opportunity at all once it kind of returned back to this area after the CPI numbers came out. There it is. If we were looking at it for long or short, we got ripped up 3-4 times trying to maintain that, which I did warn you about as a distinct possibility this morning. See what we did as far as open interest is concerned. We have a whole bunch of holding the market higher. You see if we get some new business to the upside, but what it really looks like is the market got too short down here. We got a P-shaped profile, which kind of tells us shorts were trying to get out without costing too much more. I think we ended up a little bit short in the hole yesterday. 10-year. So with the rip to the downside, there's a rip to the downside this morning as far as prices are concerned. Well, the rip to the downside ended up being in rates. So our breakout down below the bottom of this bear flag really got smacked right back into place. Take a look at this. We were looking at this morning like, oh boy, we got a pretty decent downside opportunity, perhaps. Well, it took it right back to that trend line, and this does offer us opportunity tomorrow morning if we can get an execution at this last week's high. I believe that's last week's high, and this trend line might be a pretty cool opportunity for us to check out tomorrow. I didn't even look at the euro because I guess it's so boring. It's still range bound, building open interest, building a little bit more volume today. So I think this market is getting ready for a change. Here's the 30. Just right in line with everything here. Let's put the profile on here so we get a little bit of a time. Here we go. Just right back up to the bottom of that gap that is almost filled. And to the Widowmaker. Nat gas. Loss in open interest, loss in the volume yesterday, just a little bit, but the auction starts to look better to the upside again today. Not a real big mover, not big volume. Look at the volume today. Dead. It's kind of scary to the upside. It almost seems like it's not real. But when you look at the range we had, nothing going on. No gap close, but no real big opportunity. I would call this a non-trend day, a day that you wouldn't want to trade this market. But the problem is we don't know until sometimes it's too late. So we've got our issues for us tomorrow. And we do have some more information coming out. And that information is jobless claims, as usual on Thursdays. PPI, final demand, perhaps some more inflation information. We got nat gas tomorrow at 9:30 Central. We got some bill announcements, I should say. Four-week bill auction, 8-week bill auction, 30-year bond auction at noon tomorrow. And then we only have one talking Fed tomorrow as well. Mary Daly speaks tomorrow. So we've got always our tasks ahead of us. This is a cool day, well, sort of. In history, May 11th, the Dust Bowl started. Massive storms sent millions of tons of topsoil flying across parched Great Plains region as far east as New York, Boston, and Atlanta. Not really cool, but that was 1934, right in the middle of the Depression. 1859, Minnesota enters the Union. Yeah, hater. 1997, Deep Blue defeats Gary Kasparov in a chess match. What about in music? I saw something kind of cool. 1888. I can't believe 1888. Irving Berlin was born on this day. And he lived till 1989. He was 101 when he passed. I guess that's good, clean living. For those of you Allman Brothers fans, Butch Trucks was born on this day in 1947. Oh, 2011, Led Zeppelin. One of the rarest rock t-shirts in the world sold for over $10,000, the largest sum ever paid for a vintage t-shirt. The record-setting sale of a 1979 Led Zeppelin t-shirt on eBay was sold somewhere. Stormcrow Vintage, I guess that's a business. I wonder what shirt it was. The Swan Song, probably. Anyways. All right. You guys are just out. That would be so wonderful. Fox News. Okay, then. Well, then it's not true. It's a joke, people. Don't come for. We're not coming for you to level 2. We're all different people here. See, it's true. Yep, everything I see it on the internet is true. Yes, right. Grateful Fed tomorrow morning. You know. Yeah, epic drought in the West. We may have a 21st century Dust Bowl soon. That's the last thing we need, Spencer. Yeah, Powell may be bald by June expiry. Remember when he said inflation will be transitory? Yeah, they don't know anything, do they? Nobody knows. Nobody knows. Always behind the ball until they're not. Carlos, hello to you too. Welcome to the market recap. So get some good rest. We do have some more important information due out tomorrow morning. It's going to be another fun, challenging, fun, interesting trading day. Hopefully fun. I know it's a lot more fun when we make money. We do have Make Hogue money tomorrow, so join me for the forecast. We'll get the link. Come join me. Bring your trade ideas. Gotta make some money. We've had a couple of rough days. Not rough days, really, but we'll make some money tomorrow. Blessings, everybody. Be good to yourself. Be good to each other. Stay clean. Get some rest, and we'll see you tomorrow morning, 7:45 for the market forecast. Recap forecast. See, I'm getting tired at the end of the days these days, but it's all right. I'm gonna go take a nice walk and see you in the morning.